Hi guys, and welcome to this top 10 of mine for 2021. I've picked 10 images of my best ones for 2021 and I'm going to count you down from 10 all the way to 1. So start off, I hope you all had a good Christmas and Happy New Year to you, by the way, and I hope Santa has brought you some new cameras and new drones and everything else like that. But anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? So number 10, Aberdour. So everything I'm going to show you on the screen here is going to pop up just here for you. So Aberdour itself, this is a local image for me, and the reason why this is number 10 for me is because this image itself, I mean, I've been to this location so many times, and this was just a one-off. And this image itself, there's sun flare in the background reflecting on the sea up to the steps itself, was just amazing, an amazing time. It really was. So this is why my number 10 stands out to me. I mean, when you capture an image, you've got to think why you're capturing that image and what it means to you. And then this image itself is just, it means a lot to me because it's local, and I was up early, like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, capturing this image itself, and that's why this image means a lot to me. So that's why it's made my top 10 and number 10. So moving on, number 9. So number 9, guys, is West Beach on Burnary. The reason why this has made up my top 10 and number 9 itself is because when I got to this beach, there was nobody here whatsoever, and the contrast in this picture between the sky and the seagrass was unbelievable. And it was just one of those locations where, you know, you think to yourself, oh my god, people should be sunbathing on that beach, but they're not. It was so real. It's like the colour of the water is like something out of the Caribbean, and that is why this is made number 9. And it really does make an interesting picture with the grass and the beach just drawing you into the horizon itself. So let's move on to number 8. So number 8 itself is Clifton Beach. So I never took this from Clifton Beach itself. I actually moved up to the Clifton rock slip and to incorporate some sort of foreground interest into the image, and I captured that amazingly. I thought, well, you tell me in the comments, I don't know. But this particular image, I mean, it means a lot to me because, I mean, I risk so much, you know, balancing the camera on the edge, and I think it just draws you into like the drama, what's happening around you. But yeah, fantastic. That's why this image itself is made number 8, and it's a fantastic place to visit, Clifton Beach in Aven, and Aven itself is absolutely a fantastic place to visit. I mean, I do love Aven, but it's got to be, yeah, that's why. Anyway, enough of jibber jabber, let's move on to number 7. So number 7 is Clifton Beach. Fantastic location itself. If you're visiting this place, you will see the castle in this location itself, but I actually turned the camera around to focus on Bass Rock, and I think this image itself, you know, plenty of foreground, not leading lines, but there's like leading rock formations of stepping locations where each level of rock brings you into Bass Rock itself, and the drama around it is just like so real. It's captivating, I find it anyway, and the levels of light, you know, the sun hitting the water and the rocks, and Bass Rock and the clouds. Yeah, this stood up to me for my number 7 image. So let's move on. And number 6, Loch Aven. So to get this image, I spent a total of 3 days trying to capture this image itself, and I actually spent my first night there, got up in the morning, and it was just a no-go. It was just like mist, clouds, rain and everything you can throw at me. and I was actually freezing my nuts off that morning. Anyway, enough of that. And the second attempt at this was fantastic. I couldn't believe it when this actually happened, because when that sun came across that horizon and eclipsed the top of the cliff face there and hit that water, it was amazing. And if you've watched my episode on the Cairngorms on this episode, you'll see it happen in the time lapse. It was amazing. And but to get to this location, it is hard work, and it's a 3-hour trek from the actual ski centre in the Cairngorms, so be warned. So number 5, my favourite place in the world, Glencoe. For you people that have done my workshop and follow me on YouTube, all my social media, you will recognise this place. But to get this picture itself, I mean, you have to be stood right in the middle of the river itself. So if you do plan to come on one of my workshops and you're keen enough, do come in your shorts and your flip-flops to get this image. And it is fantastic. I mean, naturally draws you into the Buckley moor itself. And in the summertime, it's probably a different image, with the actual moor all illuminated by the purple of the heather, and I'm sure I will show you in the future. But yeah, I do love Glencoe. So moving on. To number 4, Buffy, or Buffy, I don't know how you want to pronounce the Buffy, but anyway, to get this shot, actually it was a stroke of luck. Actually, I was bursting for a wee that night. Just went outside to the actual toilet itself, and when I come out the toilet, I just looked up, and the sky was like shouting at me as if, "Hey, we're here, take a photo." But yeah, and the reason why I know this river's in the foreground, because it was like I was wrecking the place in daytime hours just to have a scout about. But then it clicked on me, oh my god, I've got to grab my camera and tripod, run out there, capture this shot. So this shot itself was actually shot on my 18mm 2.8 lens, and yeah, it was quite a fantastic night, because somebody actually stayed in the bothy with me from Fife. Not that we pre-arranged it, because we're both from Fife, but we just happened to meet each other on the Larry Grew Pass. But yeah, it was a good day and a good night of photography. So moving on to my next one, Ratty Head. Now, same again, I spent 3 times trying to capture this image itself. First time there, I couldn't see anything, and this lighthouse is only about 100 meters out into sea, and the first time there I couldn't even see it. But third time lucky, I captured this image. Absolutely beautiful. I think the colors in the sky, absolutely lovely, and the waves crashing down. You know, I didn't even need a polarizer for this shot, as you can see by the reflection in the sand. And I just put it on manual and just slowed that shutter speed right down, possibly a half a second, quarter of a second, something like that. But fantastic location to visit, and quite a drive out there if you want to drive out there across the actual sand track itself. But yeah, moving on to my next one. So moving on to my number 2 image here, the Forth Bridges. I have got so many pictures of the Forth Bridges itself, the rail bridge, Forth road bridge, and a new Queen's Ferry crossing. But one morning I just decided to go and try a panoramic shot of this, and the reflections in the water were that good in the morning. They really were. I mean, and if you've watched my vlog on this on YouTube as well, you probably see it happening in the time lapse, and it was absolutely fantastic. I mean, you just look at this picture and go, wow, real eye candy. Wow, yeah, really good image, I think. So number 1, what is my number 1 image 2021? which I think personally grabs me. Yeah, that's a really good image, Cliff. Mangaster sea stacks. I haven't captured all of them. I singled out one particular sea stack, and this was actually pointed out to me on my my Twitter feed. Somebody mentioned, oh my god, that looks so much like a chess piece. So what have I named this one? The missing chess piece of the Lewis. And it just draws you into that with a foreground misty water into that single sea stack itself. And you know, it stands out to me, this place, really so well, because it was so hard to get down there. But saying that, I'm going back there in 2022 to the Isle of Lewis, focusing on this place itself and Stack of Fries. But I will be taking my abseiling ropes next time for sure. But if you do plan to go to this place, do not attempt to climb down to that beach, because it is so dangerous, and with the actual, you know, the rain hitting that side of the cliff, you will end up slipping down there and hurting yourself. So be careful whatever you do, and enjoy the montage at the end, folks, because it's New Year. Should give it a rest. Enjoy the images. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now. All the best for 2022.